understand.
All rise. Good afternoon again. You ready to see it? All right, let's pick it up at 307:07. All right. Pause it. The jury, they all need a more legal pass. Would you? Let's give everybody. Load them up. We run out. We got unlimited. We got to make sure. You got enough right there? More pads are coming out, ladies. Does anybody else need one? I want everyone to take notes if you want to. More pads are coming. All right. Can we go ahead and start while the other pads are coming? Does everyone have a pad they can at least write on?
Yes, sir.
And also, you can't write on front and back of the paper, but we got plenty of paper. All right. Let's go ahead and cue it up. Please. This should be at 207, semicolon 07. Not a problem. Well, I was up momentarily, but it went blank.
I think he's trying to find.
Oh, that's fine, no problem, no. I don't want to put any pressure on you, Mr. Miller. It's at 207.07. It's okay, Mr. Miller, everyone's looking at you right now. It's okay. You're all professional, you've been trained. I understand. It's always difficult sometimes to work under pressure, but you get used to it. All eyes are trained on you. You can feel them, you're feeling the pressure. But don't let that throw you off or throw your concentration off at all. Just because I reminded you the screen is still blank, don't let that throw you off at all. And there we go. 207. Oh, you bagged that with a turkey. Thank you, Mr. Miller.
Facts. You're financially ruined. Your marriage is pretty much going to go ahead for divorce. I think your kids are pretty much segregated from you. I don't know if they're... Okay, well, then the kids maybe are salvation. You meet a young woman at work. You want to develop this relationship. You're going on overnight trips, if not day trips. Europe, England, was it? Scotland? With her.
That's work.
It's work. You go to other cities, you spend the night, you said it earlier, you have dinner together, you have drinks together. I already read about what happens at the, you can have a nice social activity when you go on these overnight trips. Things can heat up, they can blossom, get out of hand. Maybe we say no. Maybe I got one guy on my shoulder saying no, and the other guy on my other shoulder saying go for it.
Again, I don't know. She drew the boundaries pretty clear, so it wasn't.
And I think she did that today. She's probably. What I gather is maybe it sounded bigger than what you're telling me. Maybe it was more than once that you approached her. I would have to think that's true because listen.
Again, I told you it was something that developed over time, so
You're willing to give up, in this market, you're willing to give up a 10-year career with GE to seek employment in another field, in another business. Well, you said that.
Where I would make twice as much.
If you can get it in this.
Yeah.
Well, it's tough today. It's pretty hard. It's pretty hard. But you're willing to give it up, and I think you're willing to go that route. I think you're willing to try if you can make this relationship go somewhere.
No. It was entirely career-based, and only if I could get a chief operating officer position where I'm making $300,000-$400,000. That's why I would do it, not and Andrea, because Andrea made it clear that she wasn't leaving her open.
And so the jobs that you were seeking, were they going to be in competition with GE?
No. Probably not. Again, I haven't really been seeking. I mean, I've just sort of...
You had a resume.
Yeah, but it's not like I went...
You're sending it out?
Sent it out to a couple of individuals.
Headhunters?
Two headhunters.
Across the country? You didn't care where. You got citizenship in Israel. You can go back there and get a job. Well, not with your kids here. It's possible. Speak 3 languages.
I could go to Spain, right? Speak Spanish.
And she can go with you. That's part of the plan.
She made it very clear that.
But if your mind, and this is the opportunity. Now, if she comes in here and gives it up about you, it's your opportunity to give it up about her. I'm going to take that, what I heard, with 50%. I'm going to take what you say, 50%. Quite frankly, I know you better than I do her.
I told you what there was to say about our relationship, and it was over the last. After she made it clear, it was manager-employee relationship. Very good. We had
That's what it is on paper. That's what it is in reality.
Yeah.
What up here, where can it go?
Up here, where is it going to go?
I don't know.
It's not going to go anywhere.
You could always plan something. You could always think, what could be? Where can this go?
Where could it be? And
Who knows? Who knows? Anywhere you want it to be. In Israel, different job, different life. She's Jewish.
I'll ask you a question.
She can adapt. You can ask me a question?
Yeah.
Do I have to tell you the truth?
No.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
I'll ask you a
Go
question.
ahead.
If everything you're saying, and in her mind, after what happened, on her own initiative, you say, she came in here and said, the only person I can think that did it is Hemy. Then how in the world can I have something develop afterwards? I mean, I knew that. I mean, I can't even imagine. She said it very clear. The relationship with Rusty is what she's got. That's what she's committed to. That's how she's going to live her life. That's end of story.
Hey, maybe this was supposed to be bigger than what you're thinking. Maybe she was part of the plan, but now she's just realizing she needs to backtrack on it. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking for you. I'm trying to look out for you.
Yeah, there was no plan, so I don't know.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you're this close. You're this close to telling me.
Telling you what?
Telling me why this all happened. But I think the reason why you're not, it's not because you're looking out for yourself. I think you're looking out for somebody else. And I can't imagine, I could only imagine who that somebody else is. Now, could you throw her under the bus? Sure, absolutely. Could you prove it? You could. Maybe I could. I mean, look at the guy. You're making money. You're working. You got a job. You're a 10-year man, GE. That's pretty good. You're established. Making 175. You can probably 170. You could probably do better. You're going to get some experience. You could probably go make 6 figures. Maybe she sees that. Listen, Rusty's at these jobs. He stays 14, 15 months. He moves on to the next one. His latest venture he's supposed to be making a lot of money on is this cell phone answering recording. This is a woman who's got her act together, it sounds like. She's got 2 kids at home. I'm sure she'd rather be at home. But she's out making the bread and butter. She's got a job. She's making more than him. She's got the benefits. You know, and she goes home and sees this guy sitting on the couch, probably watching TV.
He was very industrious.
He was industrious, but he ain't bringing the bacon home.
Again, that's...
And maybe what you told her, maybe she did see a better life possibly with you.
She made it very clear that was not going to happen. So...
That's what you're saying.
But that's what she said from the beginning.
That's what you're saying, just maybe to help her out at this. Listen, when we talked about incriminating, you could tell on her, and then where would she be facing? She's got 2 small kids. What would happen to her? What would happen to those kids? If she's facing the same music you're probably about to face. I thought it wasn't very manly of you to man up, but maybe it is because you know she's better off keeping her out of it.
There's nothing for me to manage.
Tell me, is that the same guy as before? Oh, go ahead.
Here's a question. What do you think should be done to the person that shot Rusty?
What do I think should be done to the person that shot Rusty? What kind of a question is that?
Damn straightforward.
No, but why are you're sitting here accusing me of doing that,
So
and you're saying that you believe,
and you're sitting over there,
and you're saying you believe that,
and
and now
sitting
you
over
want me to
there-
answer a question.
and you're
that-
sitting over there
so-
neither confirming or denying that you're the person that shot him. So my question is, if you're now, are you telling me? Are you prepared to tell me now you're not the guy? Because you haven't said that yet. All afternoon, you have not said, I did not damn do it. Interesting.
He's right, because I told you so many times, look me in the eye and tell me you didn't do it. You didn't. He's absolutely right.
Not once. So,
you're crowding me.
I can't hear, man. I can't. If I sat over there.
You sit here and crowd me. You come up with all this stuff. You're accusing me of something, and it was obvious from the beginning because I knew you guys were talking about the car that you're somehow implicating me in this whole thing.
Let me ask you this then.
And
If you knew, so let me ask you.
you're telling me deny something that.
No, let's go back to the car for just a second. You had that car at the moment that Sergeant Corleone called you about that car. You knew it was a Sneiderman case. Why the hell were you not making a beeline up here to tell us, look, I had this van, and I don't know shit about nothing? Explain that. Why do we have to come find you?
What? Okay, look, I'm down there with my father, who just lost his wife. I get this random phone call in the middle of me being with them, and you tell me, hi, I'm Gary Nutt from the Dunwoody Police Department. I understand that you rented a van, a gray Kia minivan.
Listen, I didn't know you were that emotionally connected to your woman.
I'm emotionally connected to my father. My father's devastated. She was in a coma for 3 weeks, and she died. And you asked, and I said, yes, I had a, so that's what you tell me, and then you say, yes, I rented a minivan when my car was in the shop. But right now,
Gary, did he say you didn't do it somewhere else?
No, I'm still waiting for the answer, Lieutenant. I'm giving.
No, but you're telling me, why didn't I run up here and tell you guys with the van? And I'm telling you that when you made that phone call, it was like out of the blue, and you said, I'll call you when you get back to Atlanta. I said, okay, okay,
Well,
fine.
forget the question about what do you think.
So all you're doing is verifying that I rented a Kia minivan when the car was in the shop, and you asked me for the date, and I said I'm here in Florida, and you said, okay, I'll call you when you get back to Atlanta. That was the end of that 45-second conversation, or however long it took, because it wasn't very long.
So in your mind is a minuscule little
So
detail.
all you're doing...
In your mind is a minuscule little detail that whoever shot...
No, I sat there for the whole week wondering how in the world I got into all of this. But the truth of the matter is that I was down there trying to take care of my dad, recovering from the operation, which was still very fresh. It was just a couple of weeks. And I said, I'll get in touch when I get back to Atlanta.
That may very well be true, but from sitting over on our side of the fence, it sounds like you were avoiding us and ran to Florida. Maybe a convenient excuse, but look, if I was connected to the neck up here in a homicide, I was just at the victim's house, I'm infatuated. I would have a okay.
Infatuated? I never said I was infatuated.
No, and you insinuated that because obviously she's an attractive woman. You see her, she's an attractive woman.
I think I would have had to
expressed
take care.
interest in her.
I don't think I could have got a car going to Florida without taking care of my ass up here first. A reasonable person would have picked up the phone and said, look, I'm going to Florida, I'm going to do this, and I have no involvement in this case, and I know what
I was
it is.
in Florida.
I want to hear you say, is that your story? Is that what you believe? You're going to tell us on stack Bibles, whatever. I did not shoot Rusty. Say it, if that's what you believe.
You guys can't. I was not there. I did not pull the trigger on the gun that shot Rusty Sneiderman.
Picture the word pull the trigger on there, and then about fell all over that one.
You asked me the question, I'm telling you.
Well, okay.
What I'm thinking if you were to get charged with something like this? If you were to get charged with it, would you talk to Adrian and
Andrew? If I was to get charged?
yeah. And would you tell her?
Tell her what?
We got the wrong guy.
What would you tell her? If you had the chance to speak to her. Right now, if you had a chance.
They got the wrong guy. I don't know why. Is there anything you can do for me to help me out?
I didn't do it.
You know, but don't believe what you hear because I didn't do it.
Look, you walked in here and said that she believes that I'm
I'm just saying she's number one fan.
suspect. Okay, or number one.
Now that tells
I
me.
don't know what you're. I don't know what you're.
Here's the thing that tells. This is what tells me. You two must have talked since all this happened. Since the funeral, did you two talk?
We talked at her. We briefly exchanged words when I was at hers.
Okay. Were you at her house since the funeral?
No, just the time.
Did you go
in the Shiva?
The Shiva when was
Yes.
what Shiva was after the funeral.
Right.
So you were there
Tuesday. A whole group of us from work went over to her house.
For Shiva on Tuesday
Yes.
after the funeral.
Right.
And that was the end. That was the last time you talked to her.
That was the last time I talked to her.
So when you excuse me, when you
And then
talked,
I showed you the email that I got from her yesterday.
what did the email say yesterday?
That she was going to come to the office and
He should.
spend a little bit of time with some people, and she wanted to chat with me for 10 minutes.
Did you talk? She wanted to chat with you for 10 minutes.
She
Yeah.
said she wanted to come by the office and spend 10 minutes with me.
Did she come?
No, I wasn't in the office.
Oh.
I wrote her back saying that I wasn't feeling well. That was last night. And that I was not going to come to the office.
Were you afraid to see her at the office?
No.
Well, did you tell her not to go to the office?
Do you want me to show you the email that I sent
No,
my
that's-
admin
You
several
just said-
hours earlier
you said
telling
she
her
didn't go, so my question is, why wouldn't she go other than she'll see everyone else?
if you
Unless
read
she
the
just don't
email,
want to see you.
you read the email. What she said is she's in her first email. She says she's not getting
I'll
out much.
look at it because I'm trying to figure what you.
She's not getting out much.
I'm not trying to trick you into be argumentative. I'm just trying to get this right in my mind. She sent you an email, and then after talking to you, and you told her you're not going to work, then she
Wrote back and said,
I'm not-
I feel I can only come once
so she
right
went
now. Tell me when you're back in the office so I can come.
That's all I'm trying to get to.
That's all it was. Very simple. And I can show you the email that she sent to the other co-workers where
Makes
she
perfect
wanted
sense what you just finally told me.
to start from the bottom. That's her email to me, my response back to her, and her email back to me.
This woman can't even go out in life in more than 40 minutes.
Yeah, I know. So I know she's devastated.
Devastating.
Correctly so.
Should have told her where you were staying. She could have come down there to visit you there.
Seriously.
Why not? She's reaching out to you. Needs help.
She knew you live with her, right?
She's a woman that you could easily like, I think. Not you in general. I'm talking about in generality. Anybody
Everybody
likes
likes
her.
her, yes.
Everybody can like her.
She's very well liked.
I'm sure any viable suitor would enjoy spending as much time as possible with her. Nice person. Seems like. I don't know.
She's a very nice person.
I can see if somebody's life is shot, that she can pick somebody's spirits up. She make you laugh when you guys were together? She make you forget other things when you're together? Being with her, I'm certainly make you feel good.
We had a good time when we were together.
Being in public. Let's face it, it's
What do you mean?
well, just being in public with, you know, she's a good-looking woman. I mean, you know, she's with you. Come on, we're guys. Come on. You're 1 in 10 million that wouldn't think like that. All right? Me, I would. He would too. Everybody would want somebody good-looking hanging on their arm, but you, except you. But here you are. You could be going to Europe. Who's really going to see you there? I mean, you can't do it here. You never know. Being seen together.
Let me ask you this: what plans have you made, considered, thought of? What's your next step in life? Next step, Bruce, forever. How are you gonna get back on your feet? What are you gonna do?
Well, my daughter graduates in May. We still have the house. It's a huge expense. I'm not paying anything at Ruth's. Of course.
The wife and kids are still living in the house?
The wife and the kids are still living in the house. I mean,
Paying everything like you did before
I'm
I left.
paying everything. In fact, she just withdrew $400 today, which it's like, okay, what the hell did you do that? So I had to make a
Phone call.
No, I haven't called her yet. I'll find out why she withdrew $400 today. Because we normally withdraw $400 is the allotment of cash that's the allotment for everything. All expenses. That's the budget that I worked out. And we normally do that at the end of the week, so she did it today. It's Tuesday. But anyway, the point is, with the expense of the house, it's hard for, and being just within a budget, justifying an extra $700-800 for an apartment was going to be very difficult. So the plan was that she needs to decide whether she wants to stay here or go back to Israel. She's going to make that decision. That's not a decision I'm going to make for her.
Your children, how old are you?
I have two 20-year-olds that are at Georgia Tech, and the 17-year-old wants to go also Georgia Tech, actually. So
what are their plans? Or where are they going to go in their careers? Do they have any desire to go back to Israel too? Their kids or
they really have
wherever
expressed
employment
that
takes
they
them.
want. They want to go to college. The younger one, if she went back to Israel, would have to go in the army. She would rather go and get her degree.
How did you're an Israeli citizen, how did you escape going into the army?
I only became an Israeli citizen when I was 30.
What's the age limit there?
Once you're past 30, they basically
Don't. Your parents are Israeli? Your parents, what nationality are they?
My mother was born in Venezuela. My father was born in Czechoslovakia. He was in Auschwitz.
Your father was in Auschwitz. How old is he? He's not alive now.
He's alive.
He's alive?
Yeah, I was in Florida.
Oh, my God.
My father.
Your father. I think your grandfather.
No, my father.
Your father. How old is your father?
88.
He must have been very young.
40.
No.
There's a big age difference between my father.
So why'd you become an Israeli citizen?
When that whole thing with General Dynamics, remember they sent me over there to work with the Israeli companies. It was a diplomatic, pseudo-diplomatic. I didn't have a diplomatic passport, but basically it was under the auspices of the Department of Defense.
Of the United States.
Right.
So
I had a special visa to work in Israel as a defense contractor or consultant. When that contract finished, I decided to stay in Israel because I had since married my wife and kids. And that's when I became Israeli citizen. That's when I was 30.
Which part of Israel did you guys live?
In the north. We lived near Tel Aviv.
Whatever city you live in.
Tel Aviv. Oh, up north, near Haifa. Beautiful.
We'll share vacation stories about it.
Right.
So, Dad's lived through a lot.
Yes.
Persecuted.
Is he going to have to live through one more terrible thing?
Can you share some of your emails with me?
Which ones?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, what's your daily life like? I mean, what do you get on a daily basis? I'm interested in anything you got from, Mrs. Sneiderman, but I don't know if you're going to share that one.
I don't have.
I mean, this is your life in here, isn't it? I mean,
No.
do you have a laptop or something?
I have a
that you could-
laptop, so everything is in there.
I mean,
This is just from today.
Seems like a big old book to carry around with you just to keep in touch with people. What's the one on the bottom there? What you got one on?
Which one?
Yeah, you got the other page you just went to. You had two from her.
The one was the original message. And
Oh, well,
that's
okay,
at the bottom,
okay,
and then
okay.
there's the response back to her, or from her.
So, being corporate-minded that you are today, do you get emails today about business since you haven't been there since December?
Yeah, absolutely. I've been getting emails the whole time.
And all these people are from, this your ATM withdrawal that you were talking
That
about?
was 18 withdrawal, yeah. Other than that,
It's very sensitive, isn't it?
what's that?
You touch it and it goes to the page.
Right.
So, like, an example, like Chris here is,
He's one of our managers.
we reviewed and confirmed the numbers. A couple of them aren't. Yes, we must do that. Guys, I need to submit a brief summary of accomplishments to JK by 1/7. It's all business. I can't even read what it says. I mean, I don't understand it.
Can I get tens of these a day? So Chris has the office next to me. He pops in and out of my office 3 times a day at least. Was he in that morning? I don't know. I can't remember.
Does this go back to November 18th?
No, I don't have this. Not up here on my laptop.
Was that at the apartment? The condo, whatever it was?
Yes, but it's GE assets. So.
You have a personal one?
No.
That's what you use. Do you have any brothers or sisters?
Sister in Florida, brother in Panama.
Panama City.
The country. Panama City, but Panama the country.
That's what we talked about. Melbourne. I think you meant Sydney, Australia.
Melbourne, Australia.
You just seem like an international element.
We actually do have teams that are picked up with that. It's Melbourne, Florida.
That'd be a trip to go there. It's like the other side of the world. And I want to be able to help you out, believe you. And I just got to go where the breadcrumbs are being thrown to me, I mean, I'm just going up this road with this van, and I just don't like it. I mean, I don't like it. I mean, the van, the type of van you've got is the type of van that's used. The guy that gets whacked had a slight, small, minute interest in his wife. Whether or not you're at work that morning is the only question. Well, I can't. I mean, I know you swiped in. That's about it. Swiped in, but you don't have to swipe out.
I mean, I can give you the 50 people. Will they remember where they were in my office that morning or not? I don't know, but they're in and out all the time. Chris is in and out of my office 3 times a day. You're gonna expect him to remember whether on that particular day he was in and
I'm
out
hoping
of
he
my
does.
office.
I'm hoping, maybe for your sake, because here's the problem.
What they'll say is maybe, I don't know.
Right. And it's like that question. During Passover, why is this night any different than any other night? Does that say the question?
Yes.
So to say the question is for him, what's the 18th any different than the 17th? Well, that's the day, we're going to have to focus in on what occurred that day to get people's minds thinking about where you were the day when they heard that news.
Okay.
Why was it so compelling for you to bring that van back at 11 o'clock when you did?
I had a break in my schedule.
Was your car ready that morning? Was it ready the day
Yeah,
before?
it was ready. No, they called me. I can't remember. I left a message saying that the car was ready. I think it might have been the evening before. They work until 7, so it might have been late in the evening. By that time, Enterprise was closed anyway, so whatever.
So instead of going to the shop at 7:30 in the morning when they open, it's a dealership. You just decide to just go to work and just get it later on.
No, like I said, I had this project that I was working on. I was really busy, and I had that gap.
Okay, so you were working on a project the 18th.
Yeah, I was working that morning on a number of things, but.
So where's that work?
What do you mean, where's that work?
Is it on your laptop?
Yeah. We're doing an investment council on.
So your laptop's going to have its date stamped with the projects that you're working on the 18th?
I've worked on them since then. I have no idea. What sort of date stamps it would have? That's not my field of expertise.
Do you think you sent emails out on the 18th, as you normally send a lot of emails out in the mornings?
Yeah, I was pretty busy with those projects, so I sort of tuned out the email that morning. Sent a few out.
Well, when you come in the morning, do you have to log on your terminal? Open it up and put a password in?
On my laptop.
Your laptop is your company laptop, right? So you don't have a desktop. You use your laptop. You come in and you plug it in at the docking station, and
Right.
it's also wireless.
It works through wireless as well. But it's connected to the network.
But you don't know if you came in on the 18th, hooked it up to the docking station and logged on.
Oh, I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
So your log on will be for 5:30 in the morning, or whenever time that is.
Register said, yeah.
And
I have no idea.
so you don't know if you would have taken or sent emails out that morning?
No, I did send. I mean, I told you guys there was a few that I sent out. And then I was working on this investment council project, which is a big deal. Sort of tuned out.
What would you say? How do you explain Andrea calling you 5 times and wanting he was shot and you didn't ask her?
I have poor reception in my office. I told you I had this call from her. I have really bad reception in my office.
In addition to the...
And I don't feel it a lot of times, especially when I'm concentrating.
Later that day, did you see the 5 calls on your phone?
Well, at some point, yeah, I pulled out my phone and I saw that I had missed call from Ramger. That's when
5 of them?
Yeah.
You can tell there's 5 calls for her.
Well, I said there was a missed call, and I didn't remember it was 5. It was the number.
When is that? Oh,
Again, my wife calls me several times. My wife will call me in the office, and I'll have.
No way, no her. Same reason we all.
No, again, I don't.
Let me ask you this then.
It's on. I keep it on silent all the time. And I have
You're
reception
an
well.
engineer who talks about technology, so we're going to obviously obtain some your cell phone records, tower records, and when we get that phone record and they ping all the way down from Windy Hill Road to the Dunway and off the tower, off of Hill Road over there, how you going to explain that away?
There's nothing to explain because it won't be there. I wasn't there.
Time will tell. Time will tell.
You keep saying that.
Yep. So,
who do you report to at GE? Who's your reporting?
Eric.
What's his title?
The officer.
Is he top dog there, or
Pretty top dog.
he's here in Atlanta?
Vice president.
Here in Atlanta?
you know what's cool about Atlanta? Back on the Olympics, we have more cell phone towers here than any other part of the country. Sometimes it works out pretty easy.
What's your degree in?
Aerospace.
Engineering. That B has or get any masters in that? Yes, from Georgia Tech. High in your graduating class?
I graduated with honor.
Came easy.
It was okay.
You have your own, pretty high up in GE, have your own parking place, assigned place, where you always park in the same spot.
Same general area.
Pull in the main entrance to GE, which, what do I know, find where you park, north, south, east, west. On the building, right side, left side, behind.
If you come in from the bottom lot, you go straight and make the first left that you can. You make the first right and then park as close to the stairs as possible.
You're required to go in only one way at first, or you have multiple places you can go in?
There's 2 entrances.
2 entrances.
There's the bottom and the top.
But the exits you can walk out in.
Excuse me?
But the exits you can walk out in.
Oh, you mean to walk in or to drive in?
To leave. If you're going to leave, say I don't want to go by security guard Joe at the main entrance, that's about the outside. That's always locked from the outside, but you can go back. Just like this building. I don't have to go out the front, I can go out the back.
I guess so.
I can't get in the back door, but I can go out.
I go in and out of the main entrance, so.
So you've never gone out any door that you can't get into from the outside.
I don't. I mean, the only time when we have fire drills, we can't go out the main entrance. So yeah, there's a fire drill exit place.
So there's a side door that you can go out to your car without having to go through a check.
Yeah, I guess technically, yes.
Would it be shorter going that way?
My car, yeah. No.
Is there video surveillance in all parking lots for G for employees' protection?
I have no idea.
You're an engineer. You don't notice that? You've been working there for how long?
No, it's not my trust. I've got 20,000 other things to worry about than video surveillance of the parking lot area. I have no idea whether they do or not. Maybe they do. I don't know.
Your route, how many make this good? Cell phone records. I want to make sure when you left your office at
Yep.
What time did you leave to take the van back?
Around 11, quarter to 11.
Quarter 11. So
It wasn't quarter to 11 because I got that.
I'll help
text
you a little bit.
around.
I checked you in at 11:34. I have you out that little bit. So from your office up to 11:34, which route did you drive to get back to your office?
I drive up Windy Hill. I go out the bottom exit, make a left on Windy Hill. It's Windy Hill. Go straight. It's about 2 miles. And Enterprise is there on the right. And then at Boyles is across the street.
Do you have your receipt at Ruth's place or in your van to show that your car was in the shop there? Yeah, it was. You some kind of paper?
I have it somewhere. Again, with me not being in the house, I'm sure I can find it.
Let me make sure I'm clear on this too. You said you got a notice in the mail. You made an appointment at Edwards drop-off?
No, I didn't make an appointment because...
But you rented a car.
I mean, I knew... No, did I make an appointment? I mean, I looked at my schedule. I saw that I had a good window on Wednesday where I could take the car in. I saw that I had a window on Thursday where I could pick the car up. I blocked those times so I'd be able to do it. And
But you said you rented.
And I called.
You said that you rented the car the day before.
No, on Wednesday I took the car into Ed Boyles Wednesday. On Tuesday was when I saw that my calendar had freed up, so I could, because my calendar it's crazy. I mean, it's nuts.
You didn't have any conversation with the service manager? You got to keep my car overnight. Have that brother up.
I didn't even think about it.
You're broke. You're broke. How could you have not thinking about it? You don't got 2 cents. You're telling me you're okay with walking across the street. You're living on $400 a week to survive, and you didn't have any damn question or concern at all about walking across the street and paying without whatever it costs to rent a car. Make a note.
They recalled your car. There was a recall, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They should pay for it. I mean,
It seems like it, but again,
at the time you don't think.
I had so much going on that I had several major projects going on at work. The thing with my wife and the kids is all going on, and I just didn't think about it. I just said, you know what, I need to take the car in. Here are the windows. I need a car for that night. They told me that it would take 4 to 6 hours, so I knew it wasn't going to be something that I could just do on a
That's
whim.
from what you said before. You said they got to keep it for the full day. I understand. 4 to 6 hours. They could give you a ride back to your office if that's the case. Come get you. I mean, there's a number. I just,
Or you have somebody follow you and
I
saying
know.
that, I gotta bring my car into someplace, and can you follow me there and bring me back to work? Or you get it there early in the morning, 7:30.
told us all afternoon that
So,
broke you all right. That just doesn't happen.
and you're spending money on a rental. Sometimes this job is hard because we're trying to think like rational people, but there are no more rational people in
My car was in the shop the week before because a tree fell on the hood, and that required repair. Same thing. I had to go rent a car. So when I did the recall,
Same thing. The insurance wasn't.
no, it was several $100s to repair it, so I wasn't going to do a claim with the insurance. The deductible was more than what it would cost. So the week before, that's what I did. I said, the car was going to be in the shop.
The week before Ed Boyles had your car for some body damage.
Yes, not at Boyles. It was Mako.
Mako in Marietta.
And I think it's Alfred.
Alfred.
Yeah, because I've been in there. I had previous work done with
At Alfred.
Yeah,
On Highway
a couple of
9.
years.
Roswell, Texas. Roswell, Alfred, around the corner.
So again, the previous week, that's what I did with Enterprise. I rented a car for a couple of days, and when this came up, I said, you know what, I'll just bring it into the shop and I'll rent a car. I just didn't even think about it.
All these records are either in your car or half loose, so we can take a peek at them. Mako bills, the Enterprise bill.
They're probably in the house.
You rented again from Enterprise when you did the Mako stuff.
Right.
Same shop, same Mako dealership, or different? Same Mako branch, the same Enterprise branch?
No, because this is in Alpharetta.
The one across the street from it.
Yeah, basically.
You walk across the street over to that one too?
No, they drive you back and forth. Ed Boyles and Enterprise are so close that it's going with a car would probably take longer than walk.
What kind of car do they have? What car do you have the week before?
Well, I rented, both times I rented the cheapest car available. This Enterprise, though, had a problem with the cars. So they didn't have the small car, so they said, we have this van. Do you want it? Sure. It was going to be the same price. Now that other week, I don't know, it was a Chevy something.
How many miles off the top of your head that Kia had that you rented?
No, I can't.
So when you had it, you picked it up, and let's just go back from there, because they've got the records on miles out and miles back in, so let's talk about where you went. Oh yeah? You picked up from Ed Boyles and you went to dinner with Mia.
With Lawrence.
Lawrence.
Right.
Your mentor from GE.
Right.
Your Vitals. So you went from Enterprise to Bruce or straight to dinner?
That was Enterprise back to the office.
Took her up there?
No, we met at the restaurant.
At the restaurant.
What's that?
Be hard. The math's not going to work out.
The math's not going to work out.
Yeah. You're going to have to try to figure out your route and make sure it goes the Dunway and back. Don't do that. That's what you tell me where.
No, I didn't go. No, I'm trying to think the sequence. So I drove to the restaurant. I met her at the restaurant. We were there until 8 o'clock. 8 or so, something like that. And then I had to drive back to Ruth's, but I didn't want to go back right away. So Vinings is at the perimeter, so it's just at the edge of the perimeter. So basically, I love to drive. I just love it.
I knew that was going to happen.
What?
You just drove around.
I did. Instead of taking
You took the site, you
back
went
to 75, I took the loop
right.
the
You
other
took
way.
the most scenic route you can find in this van that you rented.
I needed time to just think. And a lot was going on.
Well, like the lieutenant says, here, you're counting nickels and dimes, you're spending money on gas. You got to turn that thing back in with the same amount of gas they gave it to you in.
Right.
You
So I drove,
You know,
I don't know, what is it, 30 miles?
Whatever, $5 could be a lot of money to you. Listen, when you're in debt as much as you're in debt, $5 is a lot of money. This goes back to our rational thinking, I would bring a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in for lunch if I was broke, and you're taking a woman out to dinner. Maybe the company paid for the dinner. Right, all right. I knew that too. But what he's getting at is the mileage on the van. The miles on the van saying 100 miles, and you got the van, you went to work. The next day you went to the restaurant, that's 10 miles there. We're going to add it up. You go back to routes, and then you go back to work, and then you take the van back. I mean, it could only be so many miles. But if it adds up to whatever it is, 350 miles, well, where'd you go for 350 miles?
I didn't go with
So I'm just saying, I don't know.
I went, when I left Vinings, instead of making a right on
But here again,
295,
you went daydreaming. You got in the van, you went daydreaming to think about things. You got a lot to think about, you said.
Yes.
So, God only knows, you could put 350 miles in it without knowing it, and you can get on whatever's up there, 575, and see how far that one goes, and then turn around.
So
I
you
just
stop
took
any,
the loop.
stop any place else other than the restaurant from there?
Took the loop back.
This Roots Steakhouse, Roots, that what's the name? Roots? I'm sorry, Roots is in, what restaurant?
Again, I can look it up.
No, I was thinking of the restaurant you went to eat at. So we're just trying to figure this all out.
Had your phone with you then, right? There you go. More cell phone time. We'll have you out there.
Who's the carrier on your phone? Is that, and that's a GE phone? Do you have any electronics that are personal other than
This is
that's the only thing? Well, that's company too? Do you have a personal iPad? Phone? Laptop? It's all work related. So they would have records and all that stuff. Gee. We're back to square one now.
no, but you know, that
It's
is
a pretty big one. As deep as it gets.
Wildwood to Dunwoody isn't 100 miles, so if you want to explain it that way, I guess you could, but it isn't.
So
Let's go with that. Just adding miles up.
you weren't too convincing on your answer.
Okay. Doesn't sound. I do like to drive.
No,
I gave you that, but I helped you out a lot on that one.
you haven't really given us anything to look in for you. I think, to be honest, you probably created more questions than answers, I think. And,
I guess what explains the last shot. The last shot, we walked up and finished him off, but he had to. You can see his face, he can see your face.
Hang on.
Maybe Ruth will let her. What time she go to bed? 6?
No, she's actually.
She seems not very nice. You're probably concerned about you. Probably,
She
maybe,
is very concerned about
maybe
it.
one of the most concerned people in your life. Or
I'm sure she's very concerned about it.
you know.
I know your dad was going through some difficult times, but appropriate for you to say things to your dad about the fact you're not living with the house?
Oh, yeah.
What do you have said?
So you gotta do what you gotta do. Just very supportive.
And you're married 22 years. All over finances, or just a culmination.
We had gone to therapy 10 years ago. That didn't help. I sort of masked over the problems. And just got worse until.
Did you just give an image to the neighbors, to the world, that you guys were happy and it really wasn't, and you just stuck it out for the kids?
For the most part.
Because they were young, they were 10 years old themselves. 10 and 7.
I can't tell you how many times she told me over the last couple of years that
She didn't love you.
no, not that she didn't love me, but that I'm bad for her and that I should leave her.
Did she have an affair? There was nothing like that. You never sensed anything like that? Did you? You were faithful to her during this whole time, even though even though it was hard?
Till now.
Even though things were said to each other, I mean, you never suspected it, never questioned it, never felt it.
I'm 100% sure.
Wouldn't even entertain that thought. So she felt the same way about you.
I hope so.
Except for whatever inkling she had, any suspicion she may have had.
So a little bit, because again, she saw the plan that Andrew and I had for England.
But she took that wrong.
Because she wanted to go. And when I told her she could have some money, she took it. Obviously.
Would she have it in her heart to tell Rusty?
No. My wife?
Yeah. What's her first name?
Really?
Relly.
You're not going to remember.
Relly. Hemy.
You can call me Reverend.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to call you Rusty. So, the counseling wasn't going to get you anywhere, obviously. Wasn't helping.
What?
Yeah, 10 years ago?
Or, no.
You just gave up on it, or?
We went for a number of sessions, and then he decided that he needed to work with her.
One-on-one?
One-on-one. She went for a number of months. And then that was it. But in essence, nothing changed. She was still.
So, how do you get, you and your wife have a relation, you have a sexual relationship together during the 10 years, during this whole time? Up until the last, right until October? Really?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Again, not very frequently. It's,
like the rest of us, you still had a relationship together. I mean, it's, so, so she thinks you're all wrong for her?
that's what she says, but then when I left, she denies that she ever said that, of course. Because, in her mind, it wasn't.
Well, do you have a lawyer seeking divorce? Does she?
No.
Otherwise, you would have been served by now. Well, if she had a lawyer to file divorce papers, you would have been served papers by now.
I guess no, but no, we're not doing that yet.
For your daughter to graduate?
For my daughter to graduate until we decide whether she's going out of Israel, back to Israel, or staying here, or
Is she a citizen here, your wife?
She should have her oath swearing in ceremony in the next couple of weeks. She went through the whole process.
So then she would need a special She'll keep a dual citizenship with Israel.
Just like I have a dual citizenship.
So if she went back over there, would the kids go?
Likely not, which is one of the problems, or one of the reasons why she's not making that decision.
They have no desire to go. They were born here.
No, they were born here.
Well, they were born here.
We moved here 5 years ago.
Accumulated all this debt here. 5 years.
Crazy.
Not hard to do those.
And I do stupid things like rent a car, but I probably could have gotten a loaner. So,
He's got a point. That's about the best point he's had all day, I'll be honest with you. He doesn't think cheaply. You don't see him extravagant. Gamani suits, Italians.
You guys talk actually lawyer anyway out?
no, I sought advice from a number of friends, and bankruptcy was not an option because then they do part with your paycheck and garnish, whatever. And I just didn't want to go down that path.
Because they would know about it.
Right. So I went into a debt management program with a personal loan that I have $65,000. That's, I'm going to have to figure out some payment plan with them. And with the mortgage, I try to renegotiate, and that's still going on.
So what's your monthly bill with the mortgage now?
It's close to $3,000.
And what are you paying your credit?
That's gonna be at 266 point, colon 15. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you've been going for about an hour. He's got to here, put him back in the box in 10 minutes. All rise. You may be seated. Looking good.